All right, if your car has ever thrown one of those confusing, cryptic codes at you, you're in the right place. Today, we're going to crack one of the most common ones out there, the dreaded P0353.
So picture this. You're just driving along, minding your own business, and boom, there it is. That glowing orange light on your dashboard, the check engine light. You know, it can mean almost anything. But when you plug in your scanner and it spits out P0353, well, you've just been handed a massive clue to solving the whole mystery.
So what does the car's computer actually mean when it says P0353? The official line is an ignition coil C primary/secondary circuit malfunction. Sounds complicated, right? But really, it's just your car's brain, the powertrain control module, or PCM, pinpointing a very specific problem for us.
Let's just cut through all that jargon. All this code is telling you is that the computer has a problem with the spark for cylinder number 3. That's it. See, every cylinder needs a good, strong spark to ignite the fuel, and it's just telling us that for some reason, cylinder 3 isn't getting one.
Now you might be asking, why the letter C? Well, thankfully, the computer keeps it super simple. Coil A belongs to cylinder 1, coil B belongs to cylinder 2, and, you guessed it, coil C belongs to cylinder number 3. So the code itself literally tells you exactly where on the engine to start looking. Pretty helpful, right?
Now, this isn't just some abstract code on a screen. Oh no, you're gonna feel this one when you're driving. I mean, besides the obvious check engine light, you'll probably notice the engine is running rough, maybe shaking a bit when you're stopped. You might feel a stutter or a hesitation when you hit the gas, and you'll definitely notice your gas mileage getting worse. In some cases, the engine might even stall out on you.
So where do we start looking? What's the most likely culprit? Well, here's the good news. The vast majority of the time, I'm talking like 75% of the time, is just a bad ignition coil. It's way less likely to be a problem with the wiring or the spark plug, and it's almost never a problem with the car's main computer. And knowing that, well, that's huge. It means you can focus your attention right where it counts and not waste time or money chasing ghosts.
Okay, so let's get down to business. How do we hunt down the bad guy? We just follow this simple action plan. First, it's always smart to check for any related codes, like a P0303, which would just confirm the misfire. Then, give the wiring and the connector a quick look. But the real heart of this whole diagnosis, the secret weapon, is a little trick we call the swap test. The swap test is, without a doubt, the most powerful thing you can do here, and it is so incredibly simple. All you do is unplug the ignition coil from our problem cylinder, number 3, and you physically swap it with a coil from a cylinder you know is working fine, like number 2. Then you clear the codes, start the car back up, and just see what the computer says now.
And here's the magic moment. If you scan the computer again and the code is changed from P0353 to P0352, well, congratulations, you found it. The problem followed the part you moved. That tells you with about 99% certainty that the coil you swapped is bad. Mystery solved. But what if it doesn't change? What if you do the swap and that stubborn P0353 code comes right back? Well, that's not a failure. That's actually another huge clue. It tells you the coil is probably fine and the real problem is somewhere else in that specific circuit for cylinder number 3. Most likely the wiring that plugs into it, or maybe even the spark plug itself.
So once you've positively identified the bad part, whether it was the coil from our swap test or maybe the spark plug after a quick inspection, the rest is easy. You just replace the part, use your scan tool to wipe the code from the computer's memory for good, and then take it for a little test drive just to make sure that light stays off. And just like that, case closed. See, by just following a simple, logical process, you can take a scary-sounding engine code and turn it into a pretty simple and satisfying fix. You went from being a worried driver to a confident diagnostician. So, the only real question left is, now that you know how to crack this code, what's next?